In the first half of the course, from lectures 1 to 20, we have studied about deterministic algorithms. Before giving a formal definition of what is a deterministic algorithm, we will see a non-technical and intuitive example of what a deterministic algorithm is using a very popular game of snakes and ladders. In the first half of this course, from lectures 1 to 20, we have studied about deterministic algorithms. And before defining the deterministic algorithms formally, we'll take an non-technical and intuitive example of deterministic algorithms using a very popular game, snakes and ladders. So this is a very well-known game, and here we have a dice, and it has 6 numbers from 1 to 6. So this is 1, then we have 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So we throw this dice, and whatever number is shown, we jump. So we start with number 1, and our objective is to go to number 100. And here we also have snakes and ladders. So whenever we get a ladder like this, we move up the ladder, and whenever we get a snake like this, we move to the tail. So we start with 1, throw the dice and keep moving until we reach at this 100. So, and this dice will require only in the non-deterministic algorithm and also randomized algorithms. So quoting Einstein, that God does not place dice with the universe, deterministic algorithm will also not use the dice. So the algorithm itself will decide its next move. So next moves are limited to 6 possibilities, 1 to 6, except for when it is near this end. Say for example it is at 98, then it can move to either 99 or 100. It cannot jump beyond 100 like 101. So we start with 1, and in this course we have studied about greedy algorithms, and greedy algorithms that they make local decisions and choose the best possible move. So we'll design a very simple greedy algorithm, and the algorithm is very simple. Jump a position from which we get maximum possible advantage. So if there is a ladder, we move up the ladder, which gives the maximum possible number. If there is no ladder, we move the maximum possible number in which there is no snake. And if all are snakes, we move to the snake which gives the highest number. So in this way we can reach our target 100 in least possible jumps. So now we start with this deterministic algorithm. So now we are at 1. So we have 6 possibilities, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7, and here we can observe at 2 we have a ladder. So next is jump 1 to 2, move up the ladder to 55. So I will also write the numbers. So first number is 1, second number is 55. Now at 55, again we have 6 possibilities, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60 we have a ladder, then 61. So we jump 5 to 60 and take the ladder up to 62. Next number is 62. Now from 62 again we have 6 possibilities, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68. So maximum possible number we can get is 68. We jump 6 to 68. Next number I write is 68. Now from 68 again we have 6 possibilities, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74. Again we jump 6 to 74. we write the number 74. Now from 74 again we have 1 and this 75, 76, we have a ladder, we can move to 95, then 77, 78, 79 and 80. So we jump to move to 76, move up the ladder to 95. Next number is 95. Now from 95 we can easily jump 5 and arrive at 100. So how many steps we take? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So only 6 steps we can arrive at 100. So this may be the best possible move because there may be other possibilities also. We do not know if this is the best possible, but I think it may be the best possible. So now the property of deterministic algorithm is that we can easily predict the next move. So if we run the algorithm once again, we exactly get the same sequence of moves. So once again we run the algorithm and see the same sequence. So starting from 1, here we have this 1. So next move is to jump to 55. Again we have 55. So again same thing happens, we can easily predict the next move. Next it moves 5, takes the ladder, goes to 62. Then after 62 jumps 6 to 68. Again jump 6 to 74. Then jump 2, take the ladder to 95 and jump 5, finally arrive at 100. So if we run the same deterministic algorithm several times, we get exactly the same sequence of moves, and given at any step we can predict the next step. So this is the reason they are called deterministic algorithms, and we'll define them using deterministic Turing machines. So in computational complexity we'll also study about non-deterministic Turing machine. Well, we require this dice, and also randomized algorithms where also we'll require this dice. So deterministic algorithm, they do not use dice, and we can view them as a special case of non-deterministic algorithm and also randomized algorithms.